So this past week, Hollow Knight finally came out, and we've finally got a chance to put some gameplay into it. And right away, there's been some controversy about this game. Most of it high, right? Most of it has been high reviews, but the controversy is starting to sneak in on the difficulty.
Yep. And, you know, kind of as expected, this is a Souls-like game, so all that means is it's difficult. It'll punish you. If you die, okay, give you a chance, go back as far as you died and get your loot back. I mean, just to explain the premise of the difficulty. But it's sometimes brutal. It just kind of lets you taste the life of the hollowness, the Hollow Knight. I forgot what the location's called.
Yeah.
We finally got to sink our teeth into it so we can actually speak on it. And you've dived into the game a little bit deeper than I have. Unfortunately, Metal Gear Solid 5 has...
That is wild that game's taking your attention.
From Delta, I was like, I guess I'll get more. And it sure enough is there. So basically, that's kind of slowing me down on the progression. I finally got a buff and equipment, a perk, I don't know what to call it without spoiling it, but it totally opened the game for me. And now I'm kind of witnessing some of the difficulty firsthand myself. But one of the challenges I see for that game is the jumping mechanic. Not necessarily jumping, but the dive attack. I don't know how many content makers I've seen.
It's flooded with content on that attack. And you know, one of the things I was worried about when I first started playing Silksong was this going to be a game that didn't follow up well to Hollow Knight? And because Hollow Knight, we already had our expectations, but they changed it up, and I was almost worried. Oh man, this is, you know, anytime you change out things in a game, you run the risk of messing with the recipe. But I found that yes, it was very difficult, and you just kind of grind away at it, and you get better. Or you just use old skills to overcome some of this difficulty.
Something that concerned me was that it was going to be more of the same. Like what more can you do with, I guess, jumping, attacking? Well, apparently you can do a good amount and just expand on that foundation.
They've done a really great job of adjusting little things like the hitboxes, the movements, the frame rates and all that. And probably a year back, I wouldn't be aware of this until we started playing Tekken. So they kind of opened my eyes to patterns. The game is telling you, the bosses, the enemies are telling you when they're going to attack. But it's learning their movements or motions, and then just getting lost in the game. So there's a lot of factors in the game that can take anybody out. If you're not used to playing Metroidvanias, you cannot get into this game unless you have that understanding or background into it. And then the difficulty can wipe you out right away. So the new thing that's been emerging is, should there be an easy button, an easy mode?
Basically kind of going back to the traditional easy, medium, hard mode. Like you get to select the difficulty from the beginning, or you have the option of making it easier once you're in a difficult spot. There is actually a meme that compared it to a typical modern game, and it was just the HUD was flooded with UI. So you had the map, you had font telling you what to do, you had
just clouded, just messy.
You had what's her name? Hornet talking. She's like, maybe I should go this direction. And I was like,
oh, dude, I would be horrified.
So I guess it was just illustrating to make the point how now modern games, the way they kind of hold your hand through the game, which, you know, I guess when you're trying to develop for a game for everyone, you borderline make a game for no one. Nobody wants to play something that's so true. Generic, so watered down.
That's true.
So that's where I guess the fans appreciate the difficulty, staying true to what they are, and just having the design of the game speak for itself instead of a dialogue box.
And the design is meant to be intuitive, so it does not directly hold your hand, and you will get lost at certain points, but enough to where your brain can figure out, okay, turn left next time. Okay, I recognize I'm in the same place. What do I do? It requires some problem-solving skills. So I don't think that the game should have an easy mode. I don't think that their intention is, but there have been already some is it a ROM hack? Well, I don't know what
there's a ROM hack that basically half the damage of the bosses. Something that right? Something that got compared to Hollow Knight was like, well, the bosses used to take 1 damage. I was like, well, I could be wrong, but I was starting to think, I think they did 2 or 1 depending on what kind of attack landed on you. If it was something that was easy to read or something that they're teaching you to read, you deserve full 2 health punish. But if it's just like some slight moves that are hard to dodge, I would imagine 1 damage is fair. But they made it to where the hack makes all of the boss damage deal only 1 heart, one life away.
That's such a cheap way of playing it, because the animations kind of tell you what to do. You challenge your brain to memorize. You build your mechanic skills to it. All of this makes for a recipe for what it was designed to be. And if you're out there changing this Michelin 3-star ingredients, like, hey, you're insulting the chef.
Right. And I don't like tomatoes.
Yeah. And perhaps we give this game more, I don't know, more leniency in the leave it the way it should be.
I do feel like we are kind of putting this game on a pedestal, like, don't touch it, like, it's so sacred.
It's like the only sacred thing that we have right now. New $20. Again, I hate to harp on that.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to, man, because that is what you're getting, is a high quality game for $20. You can't beat that anywhere you go. So I've looked up some 5 steps to alcoholics recovery.
Yeah, this will get you through it.
I don't have them memorized.
Silksong and alcohol, it's the same thing. Gives you the same amount of problems.
But here's some steps to getting better. 1, just like when you're an alcoholic, you got to admit that you got a problem. Admit that you suck. And that's okay. Like, we're not all good at every game.
For a reason.
Yeah, die for a reason. Step 2, take a pause and kind of just understand what you're getting into and study what the game is and what the game's about. So it's a Metroidvania. Well, you know that there's going to be some loss factors. The game is already notoriously hard, so you know that you got to practice. So the next step is to work on the mechanics. Go find some roly-polies, go find some little ants, and just squash those motherfuckers and get used to that down forward attack. Get used to hopping off of, because you got to hop off of like flower bug or the spikes or something like that. Get used to doing that. Get the simple mechanics of the game down, and then kind of progress into the game. Really start diving into what makes the game good is understanding that the bosses are going to be hard and learn the animations.
There is a level of patience you have to come in with. And like, as good as we are at platformers, we still get slapped down on our feet, and just it takes us a while to get back up and realize, okay, all right, it's this pattern. You know it's coming. You still die. You still lose. Okay, your mental framework isn't there.
The mental framework is everything. You have to understand that the game is going to be difficult, but give yourself some grace and understand that you can do it. You just got to, like, fortitude, man. Like, get in there and try until you get that movement down. And then, like I said, keep working on it. And the last thing is probably maintenance. Meaning, like, if you don't play this game for a long time, you're gonna rust out. But other games that are similar, play some fighting games, play different games that that challenge your mechanics in the game. Meaning like your movements, your punches, like your spacing, your hitboxes. All of that stuff comes back into this game, and that's what will get you through.
That's a basic or great foundation to most, if not all, games. I got to be careful. There are different kinds of games. But
generally, there are some foundational things that require, and this is no different.
It's just even shooters have hitbox. Like, you have to know how fast the gun is, how fast it is to ADS, to aim down sight. Are you slow or fast with this gun? Is this gun strong, powerful? Like, those same mechanics kind of weave into platformers. It's just completely different genre where you can struggle with a first-person shooter, Battlefield 6, but then you could go on to Silksong and not complain about the difficulty as much. There's some merits to both types of difficulty, but it does take that mindset, persistence. Hey, there's things in the game that work based off some rule sets. And recognizing those help you get further. Once you know what the rules are, you can. Doesn't mean you'll be, I don't know, a good citizen out in the world, like you know what the law is, but you can at least
have a general understanding. You can figure it out. You can get through life now.
Yeah. You can, you know what's wrong. Don't get busted for doing that.
And already know, like with this game, you're gonna get busted. So if you don't have, if you're not the kind of person that likes to get defeated 100 times, then this game's probably not for you. If it's not in your core to repeatedly try something over and over again,
to lose,
which in fairness, I understand the most people's perspective of this game, and especially, so it was niche and then it became hype. So then you got general population to now really try it, and a lot of people are just not fitting into this mold now.
I will say, for the general population that is going out there, I'm not trying to put this game on a pedestal. If you don't like it, that's I don't want to say this game is for everyone.
Yeah.
Because obviously there's people being disappointed. I do want to make that point. If this game isn't, driving, you're not vibing to this game, that's also okay. Everybody has preferences. I didn't fall into Elden Ring, and that was Game of the Year game. And
and you shouldn't get slapped down for it, for not liking the game. That's okay, whatever. But don't make it seem like you're giving it a try when you're not really giving it a try. So if you're gonna give this game a try, commit to a solid few hours and devote to practicing and getting better at the mechanics. Otherwise, immediately this game's not going to be for you. So have some things mentally prepared, and worst case scenario, you lose $20. That is not a bad deal for a new game coming out.
That is the easiest risk you can take nowadays. Free to play. There's that, I guess. Unless you have Game Pass, this game is free day one. You could just get in, get out if you don't feel like it.
Yeah, that's the easiest way.
But Silksong, I hope this game has, it's consumed the general public, and I hope people are giving it a good chance. We know the difficulty is definitely a concern or a factor for this game, but for, I guess, us that really cherish or are fans of the game, we value the difficulty because it means we get something out of it.
Yeah.
We just hope other gamers give it a solid chance.
Low risk game. Go try it out. See y'all guys later.
Yeah. See you guys.